Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. Hope all of you are staying safe and following all precautions related to COVID care. So, let me tell you about the 10 absolutely necessary products you need to own while taking care of yourself or your loved one affected with COVID and undergoing home isolation. Home isolation is preferred for all stable COVID patients and patients who have been discharged from the hospital and are completing home quarantine. The following 10 products are staples in any household who are preparing themselves for a COVID emergency. So let's get started. Firstly, we have the N95 face masks. N95 face masks are made of polypropylene material. These masks filter out at least 95% of very small particles, which means they are capable of trapping 95% of the particles, including viruses. It should be used while entering rooms of confirmed or suspected COVID patients. When removing the mask, hold the edge of the straps attached to take off the mask. Don't touch the inside part of the mask and wash your hands before and after using it. Gently remove the mask so as not to spread the contaminants on the mask. Place the mask in a plastic bag or Ziploc bag and dispose. When reusing the N95 respirator, make sure to dry it out in an atmosphere for at least 3 to 4 days before use. Continue to use it in rotation, and a single N95 mask, when used properly, can be used up to 5 times before disposing. A face shield is simply a curved plastic visor or fiberglass panel attached to a headband that can be worn over the face. It should fit securely so that no gap between the band and forehead occurs. Because they extend down from the forehead as well as protect the eyes, nose and mouth, they are highly effective. Use disposable gloves when cleaning and disinfecting the area around the person who is sick or other surfaces that may be frequently touched in the home. Do not reuse the gloves. Regarding sanitizers in detail, do check out my previous video on hand sanitizers versus hand wash. A 60% alcohol-based sanitizer is highly effective in destroying up to 99% viruses. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol and wash with soap and water as soon as you can before and after visiting your sick family member's room or touching any surface. Studies show that you need to scrub for 20 seconds to remove harmful germs and chemicals from your hands. If you wash for a shorter time, you will not remove as many germs. Make sure to scrub all areas of your hands, including your palms, back of your hands, between your fingers and under your fingernails. Antibiotic soaps are no better than plain soap at preventing people from getting sick, and they may not be safe in the long term daily use, as using an antibacterial soap may contribute to antibiotic resistance. Recently, the internet is stormed with a claim that says steam inhalation can fight coronavirus. Well, it is true only partially. It is also called steam therapy, in which you inhale water vapor. In this technique, warm water is believed to loosen the mucus in the nasal passages, throat and lungs. This relieves symptoms of inflamed, swollen blood vessels in the nasal passages and reduces congestion and other respiratory symptoms. It also relaxes throat muscles, lessens the soreness and inflammation, and dilates the blood vessels, improving blood circulation. This allows breathing to return to normal and help you breathe well. So although it does not help to kill the COVID virus, it is an excellent symptom reliever. Thermometer is the next important product that you need to own. Wash your hands before handling any thermometer. Place it under the tongue. Make sure the mouth stays closed the entire time. Wait for approximately 2 minutes in case of a manual thermometer, or wait for the beep in case of a digital thermometer. Do not take an oral temperature right after eating or drinking something hot or cold, as it will definitely affect the results. Pulse oximeter is an electronic device that clips onto a finger, most commonly the index finger, to measure the heart rate and oxygen saturation in the blood. This device is useful in assessing patients with lung disease. Oxygen level of less than equal to 94% should be considered as a warning sign in COVID patients and indication for hospitalization as well, as it could be the earliest symptom in an apparently normal person who may not have other typical COVID symptoms like fever, body pains, loss of smell and taste, cough, or difficulty in breathing. Make sure to read the oximeter after 30 seconds to a minute and avoid interpretation of results immediately, as it takes time to pick the oxygen levels from the blood. This is available across all pharmacies and online, priced anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000 rupees. Make sure to invest in a good quality and reliable pulse oximeter. Stock up medications for at least 2 weeks like paracetamol, antihistamines, probiotics for loose stools, vitamin C and zinc tablets. If you have come in contact with a positive patient unknowingly, or you are the caregiver, make sure to take necessary precautions and follow the instructions prescribed by your doctor. Your doctor may also suggest tests for you if you turn out to be symptomatic during the course of caregiving. And lastly, a diary is required to list down daily temperature and oxygen saturation and progression of symptoms for the reference of self and your doctor. This is an extremely helpful way to burn your stress too, as you are not too burdened to remember the daily turn of events, as you have everything noted in the diary. In addition, you must contact your doctor in case of any doubts without self-medicating. COVID can cause severe dehydration in patients because of fever, loss of appetite, and loose stools. Keep pregnant women and kids away from home isolated patients for at least 14 days, starting from the day of infection. It is not necessary to repeat your RT-PCR test after home isolation period. You must know that the importance of every product you own for COVID care at home while taking care of your loved ones who are positive or completing home isolation. Most of all, do not panic and follow all that is advised on the news and internet blindly, since every person will require an individualized treatment. Regarding vaccination, any COVID patient who has completed a period of at least 6 to 8 weeks after recovery from the infection can go ahead and take the vaccine. Hope you found this video useful in addressing most of your queries. Do not forget to share and subscribe to my channel, The White Coat Doctor. Thanks for watching.